Hi, the point of this channel is not to generate a lot of clicks by reading a Warhammer community article, a sort of, text-to-speech thing. I want to add some sort of value here. But today I'm still going to look at one of the articles, where I suppose I'm pretty late to the party. I think it's been out for 5 days now. But that is pretty much a part of what I'm trying to say here, because I read it as someone who has, I kind of played 6th edition with half an army. I never had, like really full 2,000 point army, I think. And especially I didn't have any resistance for 2,000 points anyway, so it didn't really matter. But, and I haven't read this one for 5 days because I was on a business trip, and I do prioritize other things in life, because not all of us are, just immersed in this thing and it's the only thing that matters in life. I do enjoy this stuff, but it's a part of my life, not my life. And I want to read this article and look at it from that point of view, as someone who's not, like caught up in the latest details all of the time, and see what do I think when I read something like this, because I believe there are more people like me. So with that in mind, let's have a look at the article. So today's article, or the article of the 23rd of May, is the Old World Development Diary, the main factions revealed. There is one immediate thought. Why didn't you reveal this at the fest thing? I mean, it's been like 2, perhaps 3 weeks, right, since they had that thing. And in a sense, I think this is pretty much an actual reveal thing, compared to 2 guys and some stuff that you get to ask yourself and then perhaps get answers. I don't know. We've seen stuff coming lately, yes. It will be set in Old World, yes. So it's nice. Things will take place around the Border Princes. I think that's like down here, right? Somewhere? I don't know. I'm not really familiar with this stuff. I think I've seen it. Yeah, whatever. This is what I see when I read it, kind of between the Empire and Orc. Okay, so that's suppose there will be a lot of Empire and Orc things going on. And they will be focusing on 9 core factions. Yeah, and here we got them. And I think this is actually a reveal of rank, Perhaps not as much as of a reveal, because there's been a lot of things going on about this stuff and rumors and whatever. But this is actual facts. Sort of like the stuff I was looking for at the Warhammer event thing. Fest. But let's look at them, like Empire of Man. Yes. Okay, so the Empire will be the Empire. Not a real surprise. They already got the models and everything. Then we got the Dwarven Mountain Holds. And I suppose this sounds more specific. So I suppose you could hope that there will be other dwarves as well coming along. Or perhaps it's just to exclude the steampunk dwarves and just keep the sci-fi ones. That's probably it, actually. I think it pretty much reads dwarves, but you have to specify which models not to include. And then we got Kingdom of Bretonia together with Tomb Kings. Yes, and we already knew that. And we have seen that the models here will actually be, I think, reprints and some new stuff as well. But I think it's on such a large scale that it can't just be like the Forge World stuff. It has to be proper plastic kits. And then we got into Wood Elves and High Elves. I'm not really sure if I'm good enough at the Age of Sigmar stuff to tell if that could be reuse of models or not. I haven't really been looking at those. the Elves, I suppose you pronounce it, with the AE. I'm not sure if that could be reprints or just reusing the Age of Sigmar stuff, or if it has to be something otherwise as well. I've got Orc and Goblin tribes together, not like it is in Age of Sigmar, where the Goblins are still there and the Orcs are the other Orcs that are not Orcs but something else, just like the Elves. And then we got Warriors of Chaos, which I think is covered by Age of Sigmar stuff, so that's pretty easy, I think. Beastmen, on the other hand, I have not seen those in the Age of Sigmar stuff, but I might also be mistaken because I've not looked very thoroughly there. And the Tomb Kings, of course. So yes, the thing that I take away from here is that I do believe that there will be too much new stuff to just rely on a few kits, and the rest will be Age of Sigmar and Forge World. So I believe there will be some sort of plastic stuff coming as well. And then we got some fluff here, and I'm not here to read that. I'm here to look at things that actually makes a difference from here right now. What is coming, what is not, facts. And I suppose there will have to be its own video at some point, my relation to the fluff. So let's get on. And then we got some really nice things here. This is really nice. War dancers, if I'm not mistaken. And if I'm not double mistaken, these are actually like older models. They did tell us that some of the stuff would actually be in metal, which is kind of fun. Perhaps this is actually the old metal models coming back. Or they're in plastic, I don't know. It's not that it's not a major concern for me any longer. In a sense, you could believe that I would be all about getting the metal models, but it's mainly a nostalgia thing, and if I wanted to do this anew, I could probably go with the plastic ones, because, yeah, let's not get into that part. But you can tell, that these are the really flat ones, like you can pretty much imagine that if you look at this one from the side, it will be totally flat, and this one as well. Everything is sort of pointing in different directions than forward. Perhaps this one looks a bit three-dimensional, yeah, but it's also moving a bit forward, so it's probably just that the angle is a bit off there. And then we got this thing, and as far as I recall, it's obviously not the Tree Man from when I was younger. There might have been some sort of Tree Man coming up in like the 6th edition or something, but I actually like this one. Or the 7th or 8th edition. Usually I would just check this out, in the sort of Wikipedia thing. But as I'm reading this article, as the sort of view that I get when I see it, yes, I will. Perhaps this is a new one. Well, actually, I would. No. So I will look this up later, if it's a new one or if it's something else. But I also believe that it is probably something from 7th or 8th edition, because if this was a totally new sculpt, they would not just let it be in a totally random picture on the Warhammer community. They made a full reveal, like fanfares and smoke and whatever, just about two guys, like the Tomb King and the Bretonnian guy, for the full reveal of the old world, hyping up. And then they let a big monstrosity like this just be in a random picture. No, I don't think so. This must be like 8th edition or something. And then we got confirmation here as well. It is the sci-fi dwarves coming back, or actually not coming back, staying from the Age of Sigmar. So that is confirmed. I wasn't really hoping anything else. I was hoping for the I think it was 6th edition plastic kit, right? A bit modular. You can make crossbows as well. I have the crossbows down in my father's basement, but I was pretty much expecting this to happen. They will reuse the dwarves. Yes, powerful. Yes, the other factions. Yeah. This actually tells us something, I think. Mainly because, well, Chaos Dwarfs, that's fun. I thought they were already gone in 6th edition or something, but it's fun. Skaven. I think this is a sort of proof that they're not just lazy. Because these ones are pretty much intact, as far as I can tell. Fantasy faction, if you look at the Age of Sigmar stuff, I could be mistaken again, but if they just wanted to have another faction, pump out as many factions as possible, ready for fantasy battles, this would be one that you can pretty much just take straight off. And vampire counts, that's a bit sad as well. I have an old grudge with this one because I really don't see the point why you should have a vampire leading your forces. Obviously you want a necromancer as your headquarter unit there, but that is totally besides the point. Demons, of course, yes. Well, this is also pretty much a proof that they're not just lazy, because I mean this is the best one for them ever, I think, because they can reuse them for both fantasy, Age of Sigmar, 40k, whatever K you want, they can be there. And then we got some orcs, and this proves that they are not using the other orcs, the new orcs, the orcs, right? So I believe this is some reprint as well. I can't recall these boars to be the ones from the 6th edition, but I remember this stuff looks kind of like the things that you got in 6th edition. I only got like one of them from there. But I can't recall the boars. Perhaps it's just another paint scheme, but I don't think so. So it's in my, I can look this up whenever I want, but this is reading from my mind. What do I see when I see this picture? And I see this is a reprint from the 8th edition. That's my guess. And then I see these ones, and I can recall this guy having the rifle really to the side here. I believe this is the plastic kit from Island of Blood, which appeared long after I stopped playing, or even looking at this stuff. But I've bought so many dwarves secondhand online now that I have seen a lot of secondhand sales of this Island of Blood stuff, and I recall the Thunderers standing there like really monoposed to the side. So I believe this is the plastic kit for that. Yeah. No more Thunderers like the 6th edition ones, which are awesome. I think we get these ones instead. And then we go down and we got High Elves. If they're not called something else right now. Oh yeah, actually they said High Elves up there. With some proper, old time terrain here. And once more, this stuff, like the treeman up there, this is really a proof that this is stuff that is reprinted, because if they are not making this stuff into a separate article, no, then it's not a new thing. It's a reprint. And I got these ones. I think they look kind of monopose, really monopose back there, but they also have some slightly different ones. So I don't know if that would be metal models or if it would be some sort of plastic kit where we have like two different. Yeah, this guy seems to be leaning like that. So there are like two different models and a command. So yeah, who knows? I'm not good enough at the High Elves, and the same thing with these guys. Yeah, I suppose that's the same as in the 8th edition. And then we got the dwarves as well. Here you can really tell that this is the guys with the rifles to the left, to get a nice, really stout cast, so you can make it in one piece. And the sci-fi ones. So this is it. This is what I see when I read this thing. You probably think, you know, like several times throughout this that, oh, this is such a stupid guy, you know, he doesn't really know anything. Why does he have a YouTube channel? And that's the whole point. I want to show that not everyone is deeply immersed in this stuff and know all of this stuff. For a lot of us, this is a interest, not the interest. And if you want to, you know, get people like me into this thing, they also have to communicate on that level. So that's why they might be rather stupid sometimes. Because I don't know this stuff, you know, like, is it a reprint from the 8th edition? I never played the 8th edition. I had to sort of infer that myself, and obviously I can go online and check what was there and what was not, but this is not my full life. I'm not a private investigator. I'm just someone who wants to see if it could be something of interest. And speaking of interesting, it's been very interesting to see a lot of comments lately. It's so fun to see, because even though I might not always agree with what people say, and people might not always agree with me, it is still very fun. So with all of this in mind, thank you for watching, and until next time, don't forget to enjoy your hobby.